Okay, welcome everyone. We're gonna watch the finals of weekly number 34 between Nick UKR and LucasLegends. Nick got a bye in round one, beat Paint My Death and Sheath to make it to the finals. Beetlegruff beat Moshcraft in round one, beat Igor Bogachev round two, and sorry, not Beetlegruff. Lucas beat Scourge Whistle, Hobson's, and Beetlegruff 2-0, 2-1, and 2-1 to make it to the finals. And yeah, so the decks. Let's take a look at each player's decks. So LucasLegends, I can find them in the list. First person to sign up for the tournament, actually. They came to play. They're playing Rent-Free Kashi. This is my deck, but with Morvad. Instead of the Iris duo, Iris Companions. So a bit more high rolly because it thins less. They're just trying to make sure they're just hoping to draw everything, and they have two tall cards that have to be dealt with. And then here we have Precision Strike, but with one Sork. Barracuda and going together? Yeah, I agree. There's Zoltan Scoundrel, Iris Companions. So this is Lirio's triple Zoltan deck. He just replaced Antherion with that's it. 5 things plus Rent-Free is still not bad. It is in a deck that loses if it doesn't draw Kashi, I think. But maybe it doesn't lose if it does not Kashi. I don't know. Morvad and the fact that you can bleed and go down a card and still have two things they have to answer can be good in this meta where people only run one Tall Punish. The reason people only run one Tall Punish at the moment is because Tall Punish doesn't get a lot of value against Double Maddock, and there's only like one card sometimes for you to Tall Punish against Precision Strike, and those decks are very common. So everybody else can't really afford to run more than one Tall Punish. And that's why the Temerian spam deck and this deck can do what they're doing and get away with it. Except NG. No. Even the Maddock decks only play Heatwave. Just hope you don't have Mosh's luck, yeah. And then this Imposter list is actually a Rent-Free list with Igni and Phoenix and Meteor Shower. Also a Master of Puppets. Friggin' Master of Puppets is a surefire way to make sure your deck gets banned. It also runs Cyprian Wiley and Iris Duo. So this deck has Master of Puppets and Illusionists. So if you land your Master of Puppets and send it to the opponent's side in round 1 or 2. In round 3, you have it as an Illusionist target. Very dirty thing to do. And I guess they have Lock Collar, so they can use it on their own Master of Puppets in round 1. They're also running Doragary in addition to the 2 Alba. Doragary, unlike Alba, can lock your own units, so it can be useful against things like False Siri. Okay, it looks like the game is starting. Nick UKR is running Jackpot, Onslaught, and Double Maddock. This Onslaught deck actually has Compass and Sove. So let's get into it. Let's see what the bans were. So Lucas banned Jackpot from Nick, and Nick banned Precision Strike. So it's going to be 2 Rent-Free decks from LucasLegends, and Double Maddock and Onslaught Compass from Nick UKR. Game 1 Lucas has blue, so I predict that they'll be playing Kashi. Or at least that's what I would pick in this situation. I would go with Force of Nature Kashi on blue coin, since their deck kind of is a bit more draw dependent. Extra mulligan plus the TA will help them set up. Sometimes against Madoc, you actually prefer to go first. And then this Imposter deck doesn't run Blightmakers or any other like heavy tempo cards. It's more of a... So this deck I think prefers red coin. It's just the deck that plays a lot of cards for value. And Imposter is a leader that's chosen only because it's points. And that's it.
Any last words?
I think. Maybe they could use it on Master of Puppets to get another Master of Puppets, but that would only be in matchups where your opponent has big bronzes, like matchups like Temerians. Temerian spam. Hey Sheath, if you're around, have you played your version with of Temerian spam with Adalia and Baron on ladder much? I was very curious why you didn't just replace Baron with Heatwave. Was that for the tournament, or just think Baron like wins the mirror or something? There's no oh yeah, there is one heavy cow. Brought alumni shield wall, Mastigos? Nice. Yeah, Van Hamar makes a lot of sense. But Igni can be good against Sov and Tatterwing. Hey, buddy. Sorry, gotta go feed the cat.
A pleasure to bleed you. Demon!
Okay, so I see Lucas brought Imposter and Nick brought Onslaught in the first game. So Imposter from blue against a Musician's deck. This will be interesting. Master Puppets will not get any value. I would just drop it down, like, early. We see Axel come down. Plays for 11 tempo and thins out Roach. That's 34 to 25. Lucas is gonna run into some issues here. Imposter can be used on a 9. I guess on Axel it's also a 9. They're gonna go for quick early leader. So is it damage all, destroy 8, or stratagem? Damage all would be 9 points, but you probably don't want to jam leader so like both leaders round 1 so quickly. They go with stratagem and pass 4. That's gonna help them with tempo now and also in future rounds. We see Demon Smugglers come down again. Each of these plays for 10 points without going tall. And can get armor carryover. Interesting that both of them hit the axle. Rather than, like, the tortoise. Wonder what the reasoning for that is. Sorry, Mastigos. I know you probably didn't mean to retype that. Alright, Master Puppets comes down, and Lock Collar is used for 3 tempo. Value! Nick would have liked to play Demon Pirates, but first he's going to lock the Master of Puppets.
A plague.
You mean Cat jumped on his bed?
Golden dragon.
56 to 53. Will Nick pass here? I don't see why he would. He could just play Demon Pirate for 9 points. Yeah. And now Lucas is a bit in trouble. Because his stratagem is also, like, from Red Free, is just 3 points up front. And maybe 5 back. That's 8. He's getting 4 from passive. That's 12. But, like, he's going to have to Ramon an Illusionist? I guess he's going to go Curse Scroll for a Triss, maybe? Yeah, Illusionist is really good in this matchup. He's going to put the lock back, right? No, he puts Illusionist back.
Slow, ain't ya?
I guess in this round, Lock's not useful. So, or Illusionist is not useful. Lock is 1 more point. I mean, the real thing is, you shouldn't queue with this deck on red. On blue, rather. Against Nick's lineup. You're gonna lose on even. If you're gonna lose on even, you should pass, like, at 7. Probably. And not grabbing Triss, like, why even leader if you're not gonna grab Triss to secure round 1? This seems like a big blunder by Lucas. I don't see him coming back to win this game. Like, there's versions of NG soldiers that have good tempo. This is not it. Sure, like, Ramon gets him ahead. And he doesn't know that, but Nick actually can't play another card. But... like, grabbing Cyprian? Cyprian is 9 tempo. Like, why not grab Igni? Or something. Something good. Dinesh is going first? Nah. He's made it to the finals. He knows how tournaments work. usually when you see a pick like this, because you didn't expect your opponent to pick what they picked. He probably expected no, because Nick would always pick. Wait, Syndicate was bad, right? Maybe he was expecting double Madoc this game, and so he figured Imposter would be good on the Phoenix, for example. So he's gonna Nick's gonna have double last say, and Lucas doesn't even have rent-free anymore. I don't know. and Nick has Compass. Like he'll have Compass. So Sov is gonna thin a bear, and then Dimon will do whatever. Like thin whatever. Oh, also he has this. Never mind. He doesn't even need to use Dimon to discard. So Bjorn comes out immediately and takes care of the Artfane Heavy Cav. Lock on the Bjorn. Make sure that can't be used to discard anything. Here comes Raiding Fleet. Perfect target is Alba. So it's going to be Ramon, Illusionist with Slave Driver on Illusionist and another Illusionist. That's a lot of bodies for Triss. But will that be enough points compared to Sov, Care Trolled, and Otkel? This Otkel usually plays for 20 points in it, you know, with 2 Freyas. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Nick's deck, I almost want to play Nick's deck. It's very different to what I expected. So now Nick needs to kill this Illusionist, or else the next one will play for 13 points. He's going to play Care Troll. He didn't find any damage here. Will he lead a troll? No, he can't even lead it. Well, hold on. What's... Not enough Bloodthirst. Never mind. So it's just going to be Greatsword. Probably with Compass going to be... This tells me the Compass is going to be Spellblood. Raiding Fleet is also good for setting up Bloodthirst. As is the boat. Now there's 3 Bloodthirst already. Will we see a Sov now, or will he wait? I guess he should probably play Freya's first. Freya's on Demon Smuggler, and then he can get even more Bloodthirst. Plays Ulfedin, yeah. I mean, look at this Svalbard already. Like, this is 9. This is 6 points right here. Just this 1 power unit. Okay, it's gonna be So first. So for Big Bear. He knows there's no Purify. He can just leave that there. Will we see an immediate Triss? That's what I would do. I would click the Phoenix and I would play Triss now. Like, it's obvious your opponent's setting up all this Bloodthirst. You know they don't play, like, much Tall Punish. Yeah, okay. Here it comes. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that Sov. I would have played the Freyas first. Not that this bear is ever going to live, but... Like, that Demon was 1. Now it's a 6. That Triss played for 1 billion points. I guess he Soved so he could Compass. That makes sense. But he should have known he was never going to get that Compass off.
Give us all you got.
No, he can just kill it with Care Trolled. Damn. You can Care Troll the Greatsword. Here comes the Freyas. Oh, sorry, Illusionist. Another 13-point Illusionist. -1 from the boat. This Igni's going to be 100% a brick. There's no way Nick's going to play into that. Just... Wait, actually. He doesn't have a choice. Freya's for...
We serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
a 5? No! That's... Oh, wait. Oh, I played next to a ship. Okay, yeah. He just... Raza and not doesn't play next to a ship, so he doesn't play into Igni.
Not here about
Yep.
today.
68 points. Plus 4. 72. Alright. Now we're gonna see Spellblood first. Nope. Bakusia.
Folk can be just as treacherous as the sea.
Look at how many units your opponent has. There's no way that Spellblood wasn't.
Ours we shall receive, seek, and ye shall find.
And these can damage your own bear. Right? Can a good player in chat, like, tell me if I'm wrong about Spellblood being better there? Like, Spellblood has synergy with Carrick Fold also. Anyone? Any 2,500 players in the chat? Want to tell me I'm wrong, please? Alright, so that's game 1 to Nick. Lucas is now in a tough spot because Onslaught has gone through, and what Nick has left is Double Madoc. So he's got to be Double Madoc with Kashi and with Imprisonment Renfrey. I think his Renfrey deck will go through, but Double Madoc versus Kashi is a bit tough. He will be playing it from Red Coin. Jeez, were you watching that? Is he still here? What about you, Pay My Death? Or is Beetlegruff here?
Too long we have tolerated weak, sniveling emperors.
Okay, so game 2, Nick now on blue coin playing Double Madoc, and Lucas brought Imposter again on red coin. Maybe he feels this deck is weaker and he wanted 2 chances for it to go through. That's certainly reasonable. Nick opens with Illusionist. Interestingly enough, he didn't really have... Because you can't use Curse Scroll until you've played a card, and he didn't want to play Sapper yet on an empty board. So just drops an Illusionist for 4 points. It's fine. We should see a Sapper next. Sapper into a bomb to get the Madoc out, and then click Curse Scroll for probably getting the Letho. But you probably don't click until next turn. Just in case this Madoc gets Cyprian. You don't want to be having like a random Letho in your hand when you don't have Phoenix. Yep, here we come. Cyprian takes care of the Madoc. So now we're going to probably grab Phoenix. Yep. And put a bomb away. Maybe Salmon. Or... That's usually the worst one. Or maybe even Red Haze in this matchup. I don't know. Yeah, he puts a Dancing Star back. I guess since he had 2, he put 1 back in the deck. Phoenix comes down. This should be the Imposter target. The question is when. So first we're going to see a lock on the Sapper. And there's no reason to rush to Leader the Phoenix. But we should see Vigo into... Oh, just regular slave driver. Okay, so he wants to save his Vigo for a different round. In case he needs a sapper or something. We see Red Haze used for 5 points. You know, 6 if you count the sapper damage. But he draws... Nick draws a Sergeant. Which isn't ideal. Lucas is excited because he finally gets to play some of his locks in this game. He couldn't really use them last time for any value. So Dorgary gets used on the sapper, and now we see Vigo into slave driver into another sapper for another draw.
3 buckets of nails and a tub full of pegs.
So these bombs are playing for less because there's no Maddox, but they're still playing for some decent points, and they draw a card each time. Like 3 bombs have been played with 3 sappers. Interestingly enough, Nick chose not to use Ramon on any sappers. Makes sense. It didn't, like, you usually do that when you think your sappers are gonna die, but Nilfgaard's not gonna kill your sappers, they're gonna lock them. So the extra armor wouldn't have done much. I'm gonna turn on the row numbers so we can watch for Igni. I think Lucas feels he might be forced to pass soon, so he takes this chance to use leader rent-free. 1, to get the Phoenix on their side, and 2, just to see if they can get some carryover here. So we see the choices are Sloth and Kindness. That's probably just the best combo for a lot of decks. Some of the most powerful rent-free abilities are Sloth and Kindness, especially Kindness that's used in round 1. Like, every card that he plays could, in theory, get up to 2 points extra. Now, on this board, it's only going to be 1, and then the next turn will be 2. That's still something. In terms of what can Roderick pull, Roderick can pull Iris Companions, Ramon, or Triss. So you could get Ramon and Triss, and that would be very bad. And that's what they get. They play Roderick. I mean, I figured they were going to try and play Roderick. And I guess you play Ramon here. Ramon into Arcane Tortoise, because you don't want to play Triss. Yeah, because Phoenix's ability happens at the end of the turn, right? So at the end of the round, while in your graveyard. So locking it doesn't do anything, actually. It's at the end of the round, while in the graveyard. However, Nick used a banish... Wait, Nick used Heat Wave on the Phoenix, so it's gone. But Lucas still has their own Phoenix, which they can play now. That Phoenix would be vulnerable to Northern Wind Imprisonment combo, because when you play it, it goes to 6, right? So you could lock it and then Northern Wind it to banish it. So that will be interesting as well. Oh. Okay. Now that Nick has passed, Lucas drops the Phoenix, gets ahead. I think Nick's hand was a little awkward. No more, like, no sappers active and just 2 bombs without Maddock. You could easily find yourself losing on even if you play such low tempo. This Phoenix is in the graveyard. It will come out again, even though it was locked. Again, Phoenix doesn't have a Death Wish. It has an end of round ability while it's in the graveyard. So much like Viper, doesn't matter if it's locked. Right. Viper, it matters if it's locked, right? Because it says at the end of the round, but not while in graveyard.
Beware, beware the man of glass.
So both players have 1 Phoenix. Lucas gets to play his Iris Companion. Hand buff or deck buff all his cards by 1, since he'll be playing at least 5 of them next turn. Next round. or he could be playing up to 6 of those cards next round. That Iris, this played for 11 points. So for and drew a card. So 1 thinning and 11 points for the combined 15 provisions. I don't think that's OP. I don't know why everyone's trying to nerf it. To me, it seems completely misguided. Because those cards were not a problem until this season, and they have not changed in months. Yeah, Iris also says end of graveyard, so locking an Iris doesn't do anything. Okay, looks like Lucas is actually going to go for Chris Meteor Shower this round. Illusionist into Illusionist, wholesome combo. He's almost got a full row of stuff. And we see Nick play Illusionist, probably into Heavy Cav, back row. Yep. And this Truffle is going to help out next round. Since Nick didn't lose on even, he's, you know, perfectly fine right now. His Roderick gives him a Doragary. We might see that played soon because he can block. Like Roderick, putting it on the enemy melee row reduces Triss value. Instead, we see Ramon come out into Sergeant. Looks like he's decided he wants last say. Or not. Lucas wants to play Tortoise here, but it's going to take 6 damage. So he would have preferred to play something like Igni, but there's no Igni to be had yet. He's used as leader. He needs to play Triss or Tortoise. Decide now. I would personally play the Tortoise, but I also wouldn't have been bleeding in this round at all to begin with. Here comes Tortoise. Ends up playing for like 2 points, but then when Triss comes out, it will have been 5 points. Both leaders are used by Nick UKR just to line up a Dancing Star, which actually removes 2 bodies. That was a huge Dancing Star. What a great heads up play. And now Lucas is in trouble. Sure, he can click and play Triss, but it's not so much that Nick can't catch up in 1 turn, I don't think. The question is, will Nick stay out of Igni range with his next play? And hard to say. Looks like War Council is going to be the play. And it's going to have to be War Council and Slave Driver, since there's no more bombs in hand. And now we see Slave Driver come out from War Council because hype casting has been turned on. Slave Driver hits a Sergeant. Sergeant has armor. New Sergeant appears. Now it's another 7 points. This Slave Driver played for 10 points, and it's 48 to 41 now. There's still no Igni possible. Lucas has no choice but to pass. There's nothing he can do. Even playing this card wouldn't get him ahead, so pass it is, and we're going to see Nick pass. He goes into round 3 up 1 card. He'll probably mulligan this Roderick, and he's going to have Mushy Truffle and War Council both available, along with 2 Phoenix to 1. It's looking very dire for Lucas Legends. He's about to be a Legend of the Fall, if you know what I mean. Excellent movie, by the way. And Sam, you remind me of Will Smith in that movie. And we see... Wait, he wasn't ahead. Okay, he's not going to be up a card, but he will be... He will have War Council. There you go, Chiche. More consistency is all fun and games until rev. Yes, exactly, baby. Like, there's a reason those cards weren't free. And a much better way to have buffed them would have been to increase their power by 1. But no.
Heard about Tridam Ultimatum?
So now we have Renfree's gang come out for Lucas. We have Nausicaa Sergeant for Nick. And then Nick plays another Sergeant. Question is, what will this Sapper draw? And it will draw another bomb, which won't be a lot of points. So this is kind of like the downside of the Madoc deck is if you don't, like half your deck is bombs, or almost half your deck is bombs. And if your Madoc, first Madoc gets banished, every bomb will only play for like 5 points, which isn't a lot of tempo in this economy. Nick just has to dodge an Igni and he'll be fine. I think we'll see Sapper, front row, in Northern Wind on anything. No, Sapper should go back row, actually. Because if you put Sapper front row, that's where your Truffle has to go. And then these will be Igni'd. So you have to put Sapper back here. And this is the Soldier. So you can even use War Council on it if you want. In fact, you can work out something in the front row and it will only go to, well, it would go to 26, never mind. So yeah, you have to use War Council Sapper on the back row. He was probably just double checking the Igni map. There, the ping from Sapper actually hits armor, which is, -1 from RNG. I don't know what Lucas is thinking about here. Okay, thank you. Just play Nausicaa Sergeant. He was maybe just making sure where to put the Sergeant. 33 to 20, but there is a Truffle and an extra Phoenix on this side. So now we see that come out. Dancing Star for 3 tempo. And they have 18 and 18. This Igni is yet again a brick, but this Phoenix and the 4 points from the Igni, because of kindness, will actually matter. So just kindness alone was enough to decide this this round 3. So it's just something to make sure you don't overlook when you're playing Renfree. Being aware of kindness, both from if you're playing Renfree for yourself, but also if your opponent's playing it. There are sometimes things you can do to mess it up. And yeah, here we go. Very move. So 1-1, and both players have gotten. I figured that Imposter would beat Madoc, so now it's going to be Kashi against double Madoc. Kashi from blue against double Madoc. This is going to be an interesting game. I actually think Madoc is favored usually. But if Kashi gets perfect, it's going to come down to what. Well, Lucas's version actually plays more ones, so Heatwave alone will not be enough. If Kashi gets round control, I think Kashi will do well. Will be fine, right? If Kashi gets round control and doesn't miss any key golds, I don't think they'll have a problem winning this game, but those are 2 big ifs, right? Winning round 1 is hard against Madoc. We'll see what the draws are. Hey Lucas, what's up? He chose Syndicate? How do you know? On my end, he hasn't chosen anything yet. You see my screen, right? Like, the game hasn't started. What do you mean he chose Syndicate? Are you guys in game already? Oh, you click ladder. Okay, escape enter. Just escape enter from ladder. And come take this invite for the tournament. Even don't worry, Lucas. I've done the same thing. Looks like we're in game now. He's like, he chose Syndicate, I banned Syndicate. What are the odds of him running into Jackpot deck?
Any last words?
Okay, so game 3. I was wondering what's taking him so long to pick which deck to play. There's only one deck. This is also like playing Necker. Fiend will be good. Roach is a brick. There's also no Caravan Bang. Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. Okay. And did I see? That's just a visual glitch. That's actually a Wall Hunt Rider. I know it looks like a Highwayman, but in hand is actually... Game is in beta, guys. It's fine. Inside every Highwayman is really a Wall Hunt Rider waiting to be bored. So we see Neckers come down, just offering themselves as a sacrifice to the Morntart gods. You know, you kind of can't not kill these, but you also like don't want to waste the bomb on a 1. So I don't know, maybe we'll see Phoenix here. But then if you play Phoenix and Lucas plays Riptide, then you might not ever kill those Neckers again. So instead it's going to be Ramon into Sapper, into D-Bomb. The other one will die to a Sapper. Goodbye, Neckers. You will be 2 points for us in round 3. Congratulations. Here come Indraga Larva. Maddock gets clicked. We're going to play Vigo into Slave Driver. So this is why I said like Maddock is tough for Kashi, because you can't really TA your Thrive units. And with 2 Sappers and like 2 Maddocks, it's very hard for any engines to live. Yeah, TA gets clicked on the Damsel. This Damsel will currently can kill the Vigo. Of course, we see Maddock get clicked to kill the larva, and now there's a Phoenix. Lucas decides instead of playing Riptide to kill the Phoenix, he wants to play Wild Hunt Riders as soon as possible, and he actually does end up killing the Vigo with the Damsel. 3 points to Damsel Door. People who doubt this card can see its value now. We're gonna see another Sapper. He's looking to find the Letho, I think. And of course there's a Thrive card on the board, so that will get killed by the Red Haze. And we see 3 extra points of tempo from the Sappers. Kashi's starting to be in trouble here. Losing on even against a deck that has a Tall Punish is a pretty dicey position, because they can bleed you, get your Kashi out, and then win round 3, short round 3 with just a Tall Punish. Riptide comes out, pulls Roach, and Knickers also joins the party. He says, hey, I want to play. And now we have Letho coming down to copy the Maddock. First Maddock gets clicked because fire is fun. It helps not double stack the Cataclysm on, you know, because it will take turns for it to all come down. Lucas doesn't have a Cyclops in this deck. He does have a door, Gary, but yeah, no Cyclops. He plays a Fiend back row for 6 points. That does keep him ahead. He will probably be forced to play Renfri's Gang and then lead a Renfri. I don't see Nick ever passing here. He's just going to keep playing. We see another Sapper come down. And Banish Bomb. Knickers gets banished. Do not pass go. Do not enter the GY. Do not collect 200 doggy treats. Poor Knickers. Rest in pepperonis. Oh, now I'm naming treats when Knickers is... Too soon, too soon. Okay, Renfri's Gang is no longer enough. So he has the Renfri's Gang and Leader to get ahead. Will he do that, or will he just take the loss on even? Since he has Morvat, that is a play. Whether Morvat alone will be enough to beat like Phoenix plus War Council carryover plus Truffle, most likely, I don't know. Plus 2 Maddocks. Oh, like that's a lot of carryover. Yeah, Maddox deck loves to bleed and have a million points of carryover. No, instead we see Man Trap come down. He says, I don't mind going down 2 cards. I just want round control. But that's really not happening. We're going to see a Dancing Star come down on the Riptide. And then most likely the 55 Sappers that are on the board will take care of the rest. Roach still lives. It does have Thrive. We should see Renfrey's gang here. Renfrey's gang is 12. He's losing 2. So that's 10. And then, sorry, Renfrey's gang is 13. So 11. And then 10. 21 points. Lucas will still be shy of being ahead, even if he leaders now. But he probably should, just to help Roach not die. No, he's just going to hold on to his leader. I guess he says, I don't want a leader and then lose on even. So now we have Illusionist come down, probably for Larva. It will be a 6-point Illusionist. Now Lucas is down 18 points. But he doesn't hesitate. He's going to play Force of Nature, puts it on the back row just so the enemy Maddox have something to hit. Very kind of Lucas.
Go ahead. Feel it.
Spawn a base copy, damage all units, or play bronze. He really is to pick play a bronze for his Kashi, but yeah, there's no spawn a copy. Neo Trunks asks, hey, which is worse for Kashi next in your experience? Enslave or Imprisonment? Imprisonment for sure. Against Enslave, you just don't click cap until they've used their leader. And usually Enslave decks only have 1 tall punish. Some of them, if they're Ivo, they also have an Igni, so you just play around that as best as you can. You can usually outpoint them. This Morntart is actually 11 points. So it will be enough to get him ahead. And will he play it? I mean, I would. At this point, you've committed everything else. He took play a bronze and pass 4. So if he gets last say with Morva, that should still be very good for him. No, he decides I'm not. He decides if he plays his Morntart and then ends up not winning the round, like he wasn't sure what this card was. If this card was Heatwave, he could have. No, not Heatwave. I mean, what could it have been? Sergeant? Like, I think not playing Morntart is a huge mistake by Lucas. 11 plus 4, 15 plus 1 Thrive. Like, no. Yeah, it was just 15 points. And he was only down 4. So his opponent would have had to play 9 points somehow. I guess if that last card is a bomb, he loses. Yeah, okay, fine. I see that. Because losing on even and not having Morntart is even worse.
Reality is that which, though you believe it no more, does not go away.
It's important to pet the kitty.
A long road to walk we have.
Okay. Caravan Vanguards get played. War Council looking for some damage. That should do it. It's gonna hit the Kashi for like 1 damage, but then wait, what? Why did he kill these? If he had just hit the Kashi, he could have finished it off with Damsel. He has Truffle. Oh my god. Nick actually throwing. You know what? Maybe that's why Kerpeton wants to nerf Cat, because people really don't know how to play, because he just wanted to get the Cat because he won uneven. Right, never mind, it doesn't matter. It's actually totally fine. He doesn't want to click Truffle because he was the one bleeding. Sorry, I got distracted by my own cat. In this game, I haven't played in 2 years. Yeah, lots new, right? Here's the current meta report. There have been a bunch of new cards since you played, and also we have monthly balance patches by the community. So every month is a bit different. This is the meta report for March. Season is switching over today. We have like 4 hours until the new season starts. So there's imprisonment. I mean, this is just gonna play for 4 points. Or 3 rather, after it gets locked. Okay. Sergeant comes down. We should just see man trap to consume the Kashi. That's what I would do. Instead, he chooses to lock, even though there's a sapper left. And now the sapper will get an extra 1 point of value. I guess it doesn't really matter.
It's gonna be a right good levy.
You should know this is never getting, like, just this giving you an extra unit for your Morntard is enough value, in my opinion. You're never gonna get Thrive value from this. Just eat the thing in the back to deny value from this Maddock. You can always request a friendly game, Dave. I'll ignore it, but you could request it. I mean, why would you Thrive this? A click kills it. Yeah. There. Orwell's gonna get played. It will get ignored. Instead, Salmon will be played. Do more damage. Nick's gonna click this. Salmon a 3 or a 2, it doesn't really matter. No, actually, Salmon the Morbud. Salmon the Morbud. Salmon the Morbud would have been more points because now this Cataclysm is wasted. There was never a chance? Well, yeah. And obviously Cat is in big need of nerfs because reasons. I'm not the best Kashi player in the world. Kerpatan is, and he thinks Cat needs to be 3 power, according to him. So, you know, vote for Pedro, I guess. All right. Well done, Nick UKR, with some very interesting decks. Not just the double Maddock, but he also had he brought the standard jackpot deck, but also this onslaught deck, which plays Compass, Care Trolled, and Musicians with Tidecloak Hideaway, and there's some very heads-up play in a lot of games. It's very hard to play this many games in a row and do it without making mistakes. So well done, or making very few mistakes. Well done to Nick UKR. Really appreciate having players like you in the tournament. I hope you join again next week. And everyone else watching this on YouTube, if you like this, please leave a comment and let me know. I don't always post these to YouTube because I noticed people weren't watching Best of Threes, but I'm going to post this and let me know if you want to see next week's finals as well. Cheers.